things laid out here for our crafting today. I thought I would just gather in my head and limit myself to what I've got here on hand. So I've got some paper, I have some bags, and in my little basket right here, I have some ink, some washi tape, a little bit of glue, some 6x6 sheets of paper, some book page, a couple of stamps in here, a couple pieces of fabric, and some lace. Don't know if I'll use it all, but that's what I have. I also have my hot glue gun, and I've got some of these little pop dots. I'm having some sweet friends over later for a game night that we're having, and what I want to do is give them a party favor for when they leave. And the party favor is actually not going to be so much about the favor, but about a word of encouragement, because it's, you know, Valentine's Day. I think that everybody can always be blessed with a word of encouragement. That is one of the most loving and wonderful things we can do for somebody, and it doesn't cost us anything but time. And what I want to do is to use these incredible hearts on these bags. So I just want to cut out some of these hearts that fit on these little glassine bags. If your heart is too big, you can always trim it up to make it smaller. You can even fold it in half and cut it so that both sides are even. I've got my components all here. I just wanted to show you how we're going to assemble some of these. I have bases already cut out. Now this is the perfect mass make project and crash your stash project where you just use things that you already have. So for these old book pages, what I did was I went and I looked at the bottom and I folded it backwards onto itself using the letters as a rough guide. Then I creased it and I just tore it. And when it tears off like that, I don't even worry about it. Okay, then I held it up for the top and I did the kind of the very same thing. I just folded that over. Okay. And I went along that side, and then I didn't want any of the, you know, the blank part there. I really wanted the words to be showing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tear that down as well. So now that's that base. Now I also wanted to show you that you can use anything. So I got these things from the Goodwill bins, these fabrics. This was part of, I think, like a curtain possibly, because it is hemmed, it's Waverly, this beautiful black and white toile. And then I also got this fun polka dotted fabric also from the Goodwill bins. And so to cut fabric, if you like the frayed edges, which I do on fabric, all you have to do is put a tiny little snip with your scissors and then pull, and it will tear straight. Isn't that so great? And then when it pinches up like that, you just pull it out and voila, there you go. It's all flat. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to put one of these on here. And these bags can be used certainly as Valentines, like, you know, in your kids' classes or for your loved one, for coworkers. I think this is such a wonderful way to give your coworker an affirmation, or, you know, people that are in your life. It could be a teacher for your kid, your grandkid. It could be for your grandchild. It could be for your spouse or a loved one, a sister, a friend, anybody that you would like to show some appreciation to or just affirm. And I don't know about you, but I can always use a little bit of encouragement. And so that is what I'm doing. I am putting these together for the ladies in my Bible study, and they are coming over tonight for game night. It's gonna be so fun. So what I'm doing is I just wanna show you that I'm using my scrapbook paper that I've had on hand for forever. And this is an old pad that I got from Tuesday morning. So I am using that. If you do not like the vintage look, I have contemporary ones here too that I've cut. And this is beautiful double-sided paper. So it could be either side, the XOXO or the hearts you can use. And all I'm doing is just sticking them on here. Basically, you just want to cut it so a little bit of your bag shows. Now, if you don't want the bag to show, you don't have to cut it that way. I am just doing it that way because I think it's neat that the more layers that show, the better. Because I'm not shipping these, I don't have to worry about thickness, which means that if you want to use any of these little foam spacers, now is the time. These can certainly be pockets for your journal, and you can just write like what your favorite things are. It doesn't even have to be around a Valentine's Day theme. Then the next thing I want to do is add like something else to it. So I've got this polka dot fabric. So I think the ones that don't have fabric, I might want to add this fabric to it. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna, and you can put this anywhere you want. Now, I've gone ahead and cut these pieces ahead of time because I do think that it is so great and fun for mass making. And I'll tell you, everybody needs encouragement. So I would go ahead and make up multiples. And you don't even have to give them to them on Valentine's Day. Sometimes it's really special just to give somebody something just because. I'm gonna layer this on here. Now you can see this one I cut a little bit shorter. This one is a little bit longer. It doesn't matter. However you want to do it, it's just about what looks good to you. Going to add this in. And again, I'm trying to just show a little bit of that paper that is torn there, and just as well as this. Again, trying to get all the layers in. And so I'm gonna put this one on here because it doesn't really have color. Otherwise, that's just black and white. So I definitely want to add a little pop of color on here. You could do tone on tone, but my hearts have a little bit of color in them. So I want to include some color to kind of tie that together. Put it on the opposite side because I love this sweet image of this girl on this toile. So I don't want to cover that up. I'm gonna even try putting this down the middle. Now tell me, are you planning on making anything or doing something nice, an unexpected random act of kindness for someone? That's what I would call this. Or are you gonna make this for a journal card or a journal pocket? Please let me know in the comments how you are going to utilize this project, or if you are going to make this project. So now the next thing I want to do is just add a heart to them. So I have all these hearts cut out. So this is definitely less expensive than getting something from the Dollar Tree, because this is probably less than 5 cents for each one of these beautiful fabric and embroidered hearts. So I'm just going to use this same glue and glue all of these hearts down. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a little lace bow to this. And so let me just show you, I just tied a plain old shoelace bow, but if you wanted to do a double bow or something, you totally could. I like to leave it on the skein, and that way I don't waste any of the lace. So I'm just making a loop, going around it, and then I'm gonna pull it through that hole, just like you tie your shoe. The big thing is try not to twist your ribbon, because if you twist it, then your bow will not lay perfectly flat. And the other thing about this is, zhuzhing is always good with a bow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off these little ends here. I think I'm gonna need to cut a little bit more. So I've got this little bow here, and I'm gonna decide where I wanna put it. And I think I'm just gonna glue it right over there on the side, and I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue on the knot and a little bit onto the side. And we've got that. Okay, so for this one, you know what? It just landed on the top there, and I wouldn't have thought to put it on the top there, but I think that's super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this glue and put that right there on the top corner of the heart. And that way you've got just slightly a little bit different look right to each of these. You can do it any way you want. And you can see just by making these small little changes how it really changes this. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm just loving that. Hey, so I went and got a little 1.5 inch circle punch to go with these. And this is just some plain red paper. But I'm gonna go ahead and punch one of those little discs out. But you can put them out of anything. And the next thing that I want to do, so I thought this one would go great with this, is to punch the hole in. Okay. And if you know, you might want to add a little eyelet if you want to, but I am just giving these as a sweet little treat. And so I am just going to write her name. And then for this one, I brought all these tiny little strings that I have. And so on this, I'm just gonna punch in a little bit. So I am threading this baker's twine through here. I stick it through here. So I've got it through that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tie this. Now you can tie it in a bow if you want, but I think I'm just gonna tie it in a knot so that it does not compete with the bow that I already tied. And I'm gonna tie it a little bit loose so it has a little bit of a dangle effect. And I'm gonna cut off my little excess. Oh my gosh, that's looking so cute. I could add like a button to it. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of hot glue and put that little button on, but you could add them on the sides of the heart. I mean, really, you can zhuzh these up any way that you would like. Hey, so let's take a look at how they turned out. So I've got this sweet one right here with the little tag, and this is the coordinating journal card for that, all in black and white with the XOXO to go. And I've used washi tape on the bottom right here that I had in my stash, and there you can see that this has a scalloped edge. Got this sweet one right here, and I used the negative right here on this journal card to go ahead and make that one. And then I've got this sweet one. I am in love with the ones with the toile. So you guys are gonna have to tell me which one you like the best. This, I've just got a sweet scallop, and then I've used different washi tape on that to coordinate. And then I've got this sweet one with the red down the middle with the pink. And inside is this sweet little card. Now look, these would be such beautiful journaling cards just on their own, or put a sweet memory in the pocket. Here is one from my sweet friend Dale, and she loves vintage. So I'm giving her this sweet paper, and then on the back, I just put the washi tape going up and down the side. Is another toile one. And I think toile can go with contemporary as well. It just does not only have to be vintage. And I've got that sweet puffy heart right there to go along with that one. So don't forget, tell me which one you like the best. And I've got this one right here with this and this. I ran them up close together for that sweet little card. And I intend to write them one thing that I really appreciate about them, this is from my sweet friend Kathy, who loves country, and so I thought these roses from a country garden would be so cute. And on the back, hers has the washi tape with the heart. I've got this sweet one right here. Again, I've got this tone-on-tone heart right there, and the washi tape. And here is 100% pastel one. So if you are a pastel lover, you can have a whole pastel one too. So thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. Please go and encourage somebody in your life and bless them with a Valentine. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.